Shoving his way through it.
That's walking at the net. That's when you hook down and shovel, using it to...
Oh, a beautiful jumping scrapper.
Pushing them as far as he can.
Both walls just holding.
They are extremely tight. Buster making it.
Penalty box points. Oh, big hit, skated right into that hit.
That's impressive.
Can't miss those skates.
He thought we were doing it already. Rock and Bush now back inside the pack to the inside. A little apex hop.
And Chico Clark going to get through. Here we go. White on the side. Gentlemen wants to get to Scotland. And it's just and Liz Jammer for the bench. Meantime, Luke James going to go to the floor. Oh my!
Under the penalty box with that cut track penalty. That's going to put a power cam situation for our
In and out. eBay looking for that outside line. Finds it just.
Canada can make it a big lead right here with some good play. That's the club already sitting on 5. Picks up
Inside. Already gets a 5. On the last pass. Now Gotchi again to the inside. A little bit of an apex hop there.
and figures if he leans in with his back, maybe he can, Argentina's Bento makes his way through, does a burrito around that last game. That was great.
Welcome back to Acadia Center. This is Mac the Mouth here in beautiful Calgary, Alberta. Another sunny day here, but an incredibly hot, hard-hitting day here inside the building. We're at the Nerd Track #1, the Men's World Cup of Roller Derby, and I'm here with...
Broad Crasher, nice to see you again.
Nice to be seen.
Right.
As always.
As always, of course. So lots of entertainment today, lots of games. A lot of games that have been like really tight. Like on the other track, you were saying you caught the end.
So now we're getting into the last games of all the pool play, and these are positions that change into brackets for the true eliminations that get us to our World Cup finalists and semifinals. So one of the best games I've seen yet this weekend. France and Australia were just playing over on track 2. That's the Sisu track next door to us. That game went right down the last jam. Australia pulling out the win 79-70, and it was such a physical, hard-hitting, unbelievable game. It was fantastic. The crowd went in, the electricity. People are walking past me, pointing at their arms because they've got goosebumps, right? It was incredible.
That's awesome. The last game on this track, on the Nerd Track, was Germany versus Wales, and of course, Wales took it by a little bit of a landslide.
A little bit of a landslide.
50 bit.
Yeah,
somewhere around
I think Wales won as expected, but I think it was a much harder played game than they expected too.
But at the beginning, Germany was killing it. They were getting the points that they needed, and I feel like they've had the experience now. They've played their games all day yesterday and today, and they brought it. Yeah,
and the nice thing here is, regardless of where you finish in your pool, you are playing again, because there's going to be 20 teams. They're going to get seeded from 1 to 20. And today on the track, for you fans, I hope you're watching in Spain right now. Good evening, you Spaniards, you.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches, hola.
That's right,
we apologize in advance for butchering the French language. it's our fault. We're Canadian.
It's Spanish.
But we did
over
apologize,
there.
which
Yeah.
is very Canadian anyway.
Absolutely.
So we got Spain in black playing Canada wearing red today. Team Canada 3-0 in this tournament, and I think as expected, some of these higher ranked teams are expected to run their pool. Canada wins this game today, will finish first in their pool. Spain 0-3, but they've actually had progressively better games the entire day and a half here. Yeah. And this is their fourth and final game. And is this Canada's fourth and final game? I'll check that, but I believe it might be.
Well, on the jam line brought to you by, what is it, Nerdskates?
You bet.
Yes, Nerdskate jam line. It is Per Bellare going up against Fluster Cluck. And is it the last game for them?
It is the last game for both teams.
Yeah.
This will finish out their pool play.
Perfect. All right, let's see some derby action. The crowd is getting ready. It's getting a little bit more packed in here with all the Canada fans. Huge support over there. What's going on? Is that Canada? I don't know.
No, that is the Fluster Cluck fan club. He coaches one of the local teams here, your Jammer in red. And he's got his team out here wearing shirts with this image on them. I don't think he's seen it yet.
No, not yet. You will on turn 4. They're in the bleachers over there. Fluster Cluck going up against the Spaniard, I do believe, and he is trying his best to get by. He does it on turn 2.
Yeah, Fluster Cluck picking up lead for Canada. The pivot for Spain heading to the box for a low block. A cut called also on a Spaniard player, so Canada taking pack advantage here. And another cut, a jammer cut actually we've got. 3 quick penalties in succession has suddenly put Spain in a tough situation. It's a power jam, which is a roller derby athletic power jam.
Brought to you by Roller Derby Athletic, and Fluster Cluck has made it through that pack, no problems. He is trying to come around. The rest of the team is making sure that there's a window open for him, as you can see on your screen. Fluster Cluck approaches, coming up, and almost through, but he's stuck behind number 8, which is a fantastic blocker. He's been doing a fantastic job. He calls it down, calls it off from his knees on turn 4 as on the inside. He could not get through that tight pack, which is a great job to Spain.
And one of the things here is that Canada will and needs to put on as many points as they possibly can, because point differential matters. If you win your pool, bracketing matters by point differential. So I can tell you that Canada and England and Australia may not want to be on the same side of the bracket as the USA. They're a strong contender to get to the final. If they're on my bracket, I have to get through them to get to the final. So there's math going on behind the scenes here that's important for both teams.
Ugh, this is roller derby, not school.
Math.
Brad Ass is donning the star for Canada, and he has made it through as lead jammer. Signor Calavari is stuck in there. Sorry, Calavara is stuck in there. Brad Ass making it through yet again.
But a jammer penalty picked up by a jammer penalty for Canada. Brad Ass going to the box for a cut. He's just sitting down now. 30-second power jam.
It is a roller derby athletics power jam for Spain, which is something that they could use right now, get themselves on the track or on the board.
Yeah, Senior Calavera, I've watched, I got to call a game with Spain earlier. It amazes me his stamina and strength. And this is Spain playing with a 3-6-9 person roster. This many games in a day and a half, it takes its toll. These are very, very fit skaters.
Yeah. Coming up against our lovely red blockers, doing a fantastic job. Number 50 is holding his position like no tomorrow, and that's Buddy Ollie.
And a cut penalty drawn on Senior as he heads to the box. Power jam, Brad Ass back on the track, quickly through as Spain wasn't quite set for that pass. Pack is here right in front of us in our location in turn 4 as Brad Ass flies by, dances down the inside line, picks up another power jam, puts 5 on the board for Canada.
Still no points left on the board for Spain, unfortunately, but their blockers are trying their best to hold him back. Because that number 30, the Spaniard, is doing a fantastic job trying to edge him out on the outside of corner 1. And we have a cut track penalty going to number 22 from Spain. He's going to have a minute to think about what he did.
Brad Ass is going back to the penalty box. I'm not seeing an indication from our jammer ref on what the call is, so I can't give that information to you. It was in the opposite corner from us. But now we're back again with a power jam, and Senor has done a stash with the star, unable to get out of the pack. Jam is over, but I believe we put points on the board for Spain. Yes, Spain has 4 points on the board and 13 points for Canada. 25-4 for Canada, 3 minutes into this 30-minute game.
Little help from from our friends at Instant Replay, showing us exactly what happened. Bradass went through with 5 points. I did not see any penalties on that one.
Oh, that was an earlier pass when he just ran down that line. It was a great replay. Thanks, team. I will pay more attention to the replays.
Looks like number 44 in black is doing a fantastic job. That's Cubo. He's trying to jump his way through that pack. It is a power start for Spain. Brought to you by Roller Derby Athletics, of course.
Roller Derby Athletics getting a lot of power jams in this game so soon.
Bradass is back on the track there.
Oh, wheel.
Oh, we have a wheel
this be interesting.
on the track.
This makes skating more difficult for
when
some
you
of the
only
skaters.
have 3 wheels, yeah.
Yeah, when you have 7, but a cut penalty on the Spanish jammer.
I also see a panty on the track, which is kind of interesting.
That means that Brad has lost his star. He's gotten it back from his. No, he's actually
it's still
done
on
a pass.
the track. You can see it on turn 2 there.
That would be Spain's star, I believe. No?
It's the pivot.
Pivot stripe for Spain, because the star is in the hand of the pivot for Canada. Double zero, that's Bennett. Great work by Walker at the back of the pack here, holding off the Spanish players completely on his own. Big legal contact here right in front of us. Both sides, the green sides of the bodies, as I like to call them, made a good hard contact in zone 4, corner 4.
Bennett's doing his best to get around number 8 in black, Shagami, I believe. I'm probably saying that totally wrong. But anyways, he has been a great blocker so far today and yesterday. Every time someone comes up to him, he does give them a fight. So that's good. That's good.
That's a good thing.
He's a good blocker.
Yeah, very good blocker. Both teams picking up some penalties here. A counter block.
5 more points going to Bennett on the board for Canada. Attempted jump to make it through before the final whistle. Don't think he got any extra points there. No more points for Spain as well.
Nice replay here at the end. Just a jammer work at the front of the pack to get through.
See?
On one skate, dances through the outside, one more blocker, and out the front for points.
The
Nice
Spaniard
scoring pass.
trying to hold him back, and he didn't do it too well. There we go. All right, back to the action. Number 403 in red is Rice Ball. Going up against number 56, Per Belade.
Great hit out at the back of the pack as the Rice Ball takes lead for Canada. Canada blockers managed to cycle that jammer to the back.
Rice Ball's trying to pick up some points on his inside line. Nice little dance along the way, and he picks up some 5 points.
I've not seen as much hopping and skipping through passes as I've seen in the last day and a half with some of the moves that these jammers have to get through the smallest space.
I've always enjoyed watching Rice Ball because he can get down so low. I've seen him play for the Reservoir Dogs. He's done a fantastic job.
And Rice Ball picks up another 5. That's 10 points for Canada. As they continue to hold the Spanish jammer at the back of the pack. Rice Ball, an easy pass that time through.
Spanish jammer has taken off his panty to see if he can trick his way through and try to get it to his pivot, I do believe. But Canada's wall is blocking him at all.
Oh, it was an attempted handoff. I liked it. Senior Calavera zipped by on the outside and just didn't get the panty pass because he had a wide open track to take off as pivot. It was a great idea for a play. Meanwhile, Spaniards are doing a great job in Rice Ball at the back.
Hugo Stiglitz is holding him back at the rear there.
Making life tough for that Spanish jammer out there right now.
Hugo Stiglitz is holding his position. He's using his friends as a lever, really.
Well, Canada's game has been a hard walls, tough blocking, great agility there, just shown by Zimmer, who drew a cut penalty on a knockout on a jammer and got another power jam for Canada with only 3 seconds left. They're going to start the next jam with that advantage on the track.
Rice Ball jumping over, picking up his 4 points as he goes. Oh, sorry, 5 points. Again, power jam, roller derby athletics.
And the Men's Roller Derby World Cup would like to acknowledge the contributors of Alberta Sports Connection would help to make this event possible. Also S1. The S1 Life Helmet is the best fitting and safest helmet for roller derby. Get a lifer, be a lifer. S1helmets.com.
Awesome. I'm also really excited about tomorrow where you can choose your MVP. Just check out our Facebook tomorrow and vote for who you think should be a part of the Quad Skate Shop MVP team. Red 5 is jamming for Canada. He has made it through on turn 2.
And not only is he wearing red, his name is Red.
His name is Red. He has the reddest hair in the world, so he definitely deserves
in
the name.
World. Wow.
I don't know.
It is a global event.
It
I'm
is.
sure they lined everyone up and checked their hair.
Let's find some Irish people.
Fair enough. They would have something to say about that.
Red 5 coming up again, sneaking by his own team players.
Great lateral movement. He drew everyone out to lane 4, then dropped to the inside lane. Found a clear path to get through for 5 points for Canada as they continue to hold the Spanish jammers, giving them a hard time at the back of that pack.
And it looks like every single Spanish person has made it back onto the track from the penalty box. I feel like there was only 2 blockers on before, and now they're back in. Walker has been sent to the penalty box for elbows. So, you know.
A couple of multiple skater pileups for a while there. Everyone got back on their feet.
Ooh, nice.
Bit of a fight for Red, but he gets out and picks up another 5. But now Spain's jammer is out. Red looks at the bench. Coach Lime signals to call it off. They call off the jam.
Fair Bellare was the jammer for them. Kubo is going up against Fluster Cluck next.
Nice replay here with Red, zigging and zagging his way through for this pass. Turns his back to the outside. This is where you're going to see him run to the inside and take off. He opened up all that track, pushed those blockers out to lane 4.
Beautiful sweep, yeah.
And he did it himself. He actually drew them out there by heading for that lane and then ran back, what I like to call running downhill inside.
Ooh.
That's a jammer's favorite line because that's the shortest way around that corner and through the track.
We have an official timeout.
Official timeout. Well, you know what? You're watching this in Spain, somewhere else in the world, and it's too far to get to Calgary. Why not host the 2018 Men's World Derby World Cup? Men's Roller Derby World Cup. I'll say it twice.
That's a little difficult to say.
Details are in your programs and on our website.
Of course they are. What else can we talk about?
Well, we can talk about be harder, better, faster, stronger with one-on-one coaching from Herbalife and Chaos Theory. New Herbalife Transformation Challenge starting on August 8th. Visit chaostheoryblog.com for more details. That's chaos, K-H-A-O-S, theoryblog.com.
August 8th. That's not too far away either. So
no, hurry up.
We've got some time.
Get to that website now.
You can do it. You can do it for sure. Let's also thank Brew Skate News. Brew Skate News, the original over-the-shoulder roller skate holder. You spend a lot of money on those skates. Don't shove them in a bag full of sweaty gear. Your skates hate that. So keep those skates aired out and show them off with Bruised Skate News. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or online at bruisedn.com.
Just keeping an eye on what's happening at the benches here as the referees are talking. They're reviewing some. Looks like there's a penalty's been assessed, unless it's a number. Unless it was a foul out. And we didn't have that information here. That's why we're taking a bit longer break just to get things corrected. The NSOs. Yeah, I think the NSOs have counted because we had so many penalties happen so fast in 5 jams, particularly with Spain, that we possibly could have a skater in a foul-out position. And,
of course, these are shorter games, so we don't have the full 7 penalties.
But even
really
5
have to be careful.
is a lot.
Yeah,
because if this was a full game, we'd never give 10. So you really got to work hard to get 5.
Yeah.
But it is, I believe there is a 5th. Let's see, we've got 4 skaters on the Spanish bench, 1 in the box, that's 5. That's Senior Malavera, you can see on your screen. And then we're back on the track view.
Okay, yeah, let's get back to some action, shall we? Fluster Cluck and Kubo doing a little dance at the front. Fluster taking it right at the jam line from Nerd Skate. Kubo trying to sneak his way through and gets a penalty. It is another Roller Derby Athletics power jam for Canada.
What a great pass by Fluster Cluck on that starting whistle. It was like 2 steps around, just rocked his hips around and ran down that inside line, gone.
He saw it and he took it. Just like that, Flustercluck is through yet again.
Well, and Canada, powerful team, 4 blockers on the track. They're going to play some offense, or they're going to hold a skater and try to create that pack separation. Now they're coming in for offense, just going to squeeze that room on the outside. Got a little assisted push on his way through from Walker. And Flustercluck is through again for 15 points.
And another blocker for Spain has been sent to the penalty box. So there's only 2 blockers out there trying to hold back Flustercluck, going up against 4 Canadian blockers.
Canada got caught watching, and that Spanish jammer got through way too quick and way too easy.
His initial pass has been done. Flustercluck called it off just in time. Only just. 0 points for Spain. 4 going to Canada.
24-point jam there for Canada. Flustercluck, great skate. We're going to see a replay here. Hopefully it's at start.
No.
Flustercluck just swinging through the middle, untouched. Actually, we're going to see the Spanish jammer get through untouched because their whole pack raced forward. Great
really
replay, you guys.
It at the last second.
They raced up to reform the pack. They thought they'd go play some offense, and everyone was not shoulder checking on the position of that Spanish jammer, and it just takes one beat, and he ran down. Kudos to that jammer for taking that space and running. Great replay.
That was fantastic.
We got a timeout. Let's have a commercial break, shall we? Welcome back here to Acadia Center. Just in the midst of a timeout. Was this a timeout? It was. Who took that timeout? I believe Spain did. Yes, they did.
Spain took the timeout. Thank you to our producer over here who's doing a fantastic job.
The Snookmeister.
So yeah, Spain has called a timeout, and that timeout has been brought to you by Quad Skate Shop. Don't forget, choose your MVP of the day for tomorrow during gameplay.
And in these 30-minute games, each team is allowed a timeout, but they cannot take a timeout in the last 2 minutes because the timeout are time running. They're 1-minute timeouts, but the game clock keeps running. So strategically, you may want to use it to burn some time here for Spain. Strategically, at the halfway point of the game, let's stop, let's get reset, everybody take a breath, let's start over is what they need. They need to keep their blockers on the track for the last 13 minutes of this game.
I do also believe that yesterday, Lime called a timeout to hold on to their points, basically.
Yep,
so that's also a great use of the timeout. Bradass is coming up and trying to fake out our jammer in black, who is Pere. He did a fantastic job of knocking him on his butt. So.
Pere tried to take him on and slow him down, and Bradass moved him about 10 feet up the track.
Pere's been knocked to the inside. He is coming around back behind Tank, looking for his opening. Bradass still stuck at turn 2. 4 blockers doing a fantastic job. 1 being called off for a high block.
Bradass out of the pack for a 5-point pass. And again, you can see the strength of the Spanish blockers when they were able to keep that tripod together. They can really hold up a skater as skilled as Bradass. But there's a nice little bump. Not a big hit, just a subtle push, opens up a lane. Free run there for a free pass for Bradass to pick up 5 more for Canada.
Bradass is approaching, gets a little knock to the inside, but it doesn't really stop him that much. He sneaks by on the inside again. Hugo Stiglitz knocked down in his attempt to stop him, not so much though. Perez
still at the back of the pack. Now he's pushing that red wall forward a bit as they come out of turn 4 near our location.
A little bit of a pile up there. Bradass being sent to the back of the pack, recycled.
That's a misconduct, I believe, being called on the Canadian jammer Bradass.
That means it is
and
a
that
roller
is Bradass's
derby.
3rd penalty.
Oh, roller derby athletic power jam for Spain. Pere is trying to get as many points, and these blockers are doing a fantastic job. Tank is holding the line with Dev Null at the back.
Yeah.
Perez pushing him
still waiting for an initial pass. Or pardon me for pronouncing his name wrong. Per Bareri Barreri. I'll roll my R. It'll sound more like I know what I'm saying.
Not very good at rolling my R's.
Per Baleri. I know I'm saying it wrong. My apologies, everybody.
Cubo is much easier to say, so he is taking the line
There's
next.
Brad Ass fighting his way through. Drew actually a high block penalty on that pass, getting chased down, but now that blocker's out of play. Brad just takes the skate and takes the points.
That was Shinigami. Shinigami, like I said, has been doing a fantastic job of holding his position on the track like no tomorrow. And Cubo has tried to make it through, get knocked out.
71 the Rev playing really strong at the back of that pack. There's a couple of big beards on the track. One of them is Svensson and one of them is Rev. They're easy to spot. As Spain fills the penalty box with 2 more blockers, making it really difficult at the back of that pack for your jammer, number 44, Cubo.
Oh,
sorry, Cubo. Thank you.
You're welcome. He is stuck at the back behind some epic beards right now. Bradass, however, has made his way through.
It's interesting, though. Bradass has probably been out there more as a jammer for Canada because of his 3 penalties, where a lot of times you want to roll your jammers, get them in the game, and get a rotation going. We got a cut penalty on the Spanish jammer. Looks like a forearm, pardon me. We got a forearm penalty in the Spanish jammer. Another roller derby athletic power jam for Team Canada.
Bradass is just slipping through like there's nothing stopping him. His teammates are doing a fantastic job of holding their position.
That was a lap. That was literally just a lap.
Yeah.
The speed that he's coming in with. Canada doing a good job of opening up space, and they're going at it again by playing some offense, rushing the Spanish wall down the track, and they got him in the straightaway. Svensson trying to cap one of those blockers. Now they're just splitting them up. Bradass dances to the inside, steps out, calls it off.
Not make it.
He picked up 25 on that jam. Did he get some additional points? I think he did. That was a 29-point jam. So the upside of 3 penalties is the amount of points that Bradass is. I'm sorry about the penalties. Here's a lot of points. Here's most of the points, because I think he scored most of the points for the team right now.
He has been played quite often.
Here's Bradass coming through the pack right now. Ducks really low. It's funny, the amount of jammers I've worked with, when we talk about being low, that's being low. When you drop that low, you really freeze a blocker, because they can't come at you with that lower leg. They might draw a low block.
Rice Ball, his father, actually, Bradass's father, is going to take the start for Canada. He sneaks around on the outside, gets edged out slightly, but not quite. Trying to get by the Spaniard, finally doing so, and picking up lead jam status at the end of turn 2.
Rice Ball, a.k.a. Brad's dad, has lead for Canada.
If that wasn't known already.
Mr. Bradass.
Rice Ball picking up another few points on the inside line.
A really smooth, consummate skater, though. Gets in a really low position, keeps himself low, and then builds up speed when he gets into that pack. Spain doing a good job. They force him out and drawing him back to the back of the pack.
It definitely helps when everyone is on the track and not in the penalty box.
Right, look at the success they're having now, because they got a star pass. They got that star out of the pack. Star stash, pardon me, the pivot, I can still see that stripe. It was a good ditch and go by the jammer for Spain.
You're doing a fantastic job, Snoogans. Thank you.
Here's Rice Ball making his way through the front of this pack, just driving himself through, runs out to the outside, gets on his toe stops. He's going to get that little step and go. And he's stretching those blockers to a point where they start to disengage because they know they're getting to 20 feet. Senior Malavera, another great beard on the track today.
Red 5.
Sitting on 4, so he has to be careful as a jammer. That's a high-risk play on Spain's part. If he picks up a penalty, it's a 2-minute power jam for Canada.
Red 5 is almost through. He's trying to edge out that one last player, and he does.
Great pass. Senior Malavera needs to keep a nice, clean skate, get out of that pack. Working hard at the front here.
Zimmer is doing a fantastic job of holding him with the Rev, I do believe. Red 5 has made it through. Senior finally makes it through. He's a little upset that he could not pick up a couple points as he goes. You can see the defeat.
Yeah, or happy he made it through and didn't get a penalty.
Or happy. That could also be it too.
He's good on Spain. Red here turns his hips, gets backwards, and you freeze a blocker. So when you're both skating forwards, you flip in front and turn your hip and face them. They've run out of things to do at that point, and if you skate backwards well, like Red just showed, you're on and gone.
Yeah.
Lead is yours, and you're on your way.
Per Bellare back on the track. for Spain. Going up against Flustercluck. Flustercluck, of course, takes it on the outside. I saw something come off of a piece of equipment and totally hit Lime. Lime just looked like super offended that he got hit by something.
But he's not injured, so that's
He's
okay.
not injured, but he's like, what just happened? Flustercluck has made it through the pack yet again, 5 more points to Canada.
Penalty called. That was on a stash as well, so the jammer on a pass.
Oh,
the pivot come
Spaniard.
jammer is now sitting in the box. Another power jam for Team Canada.
Brought to you by Roller Derby Athletics, of course.
And that is also the 4th penalty for number 30, which is the Spaniard.
Number 8, who has been a fantastic, Shinigami, has been a fantastic blocker, is being sent to the penalty box as well. Another scoring pass for Flustercluck.
And to your point about being a good blocker, that's his first penalty. When Spain's had a lot of penalties and you don't get one until there's 5 minutes left, you're playing a really solid, clean game, staying out of trouble.
Fluster has made it through yet again. Whistles being blown as the Spaniard re-enters the pack, and 0 points were scored for
We're going to run that jam out. I won't be surprised if Lime's not talking. Oh, we got a little replay here with Flustercluck. Just shouldering his way through, get on his toe stops, keeping his balance. He's pinballing his way through there. Advantage is just to stay on his edges and his toe stops.
And the Spaniard was not letting him go at all, so that was a fantastic job.
We got an official timeout. I won't be surprised that it wasn't Lime asking the head ref about the piece of equipment being thrown in the direction of the Canada bench. I believe it was completely unintentional.
Absolutely.
I think it was like one of those plastic covers from a knee pad that came out on the track.
I feel like it was an elbow pad because it was way smaller than a knee pad. I've seen a lot of them go flying this weekend already.
Spanish skater picked it up, tossed it, kept playing.
Just to get it off the track,
You saw the film where it hit Lime, and you'll be at the hearing later?
I guess so. Oh, dear.
I'm pretty sure there won't be any penalties assessed for that. They just had a quick talk about it. If that was it, we're just conjecture. We don't know. So we'll move on. Senior Calavera out again, sitting on 4.
Sitting on Bradass, of course.
Yeah.
That pack just reformed out of nowhere, it seems like. Senior Calavera was not expecting that. He was hoping that it would be an easy window to sneak through. Oh, look at that. He finally sneaks through on the inside line of turn 1. Picking up Legion status as
I believe it could be one of Spain's first or only leads of this game so far, and it's Senior Calavera giving
He did not call it at the right time, unfortunately. Bradass still picks up 4 points. Bradass, huge smile on his face as he exits the pack, and the whistles are blowing, and he's like, yep, I just did that.
Senior Calavera becoming a fan favorite here. I think it's just the big gray beard, but
he is, definitely. I feel like he got a little distracted by his teammates. He wasn't 100% sure if he should call it off, and you can see here he kind of loses his balance and turns around for a second.
By the time he looked, they already grabbed the 4 points.
Yeah, Bradass was already through.
2.5 minutes remaining, 175 for Canada, 4 for Spain as we finish up both these teams' last and final games.
Look at Riceball trying to fight his way through that pack, and it was not working out for him.
Riceball getting called for a forearm on that pass, though, which is a power jam, a roller derby athletic power jam for Spain.
Fantastic. Ole. And he sneaks through, picking up lead jam status as he goes.
I believe if he scores points here, this will be the first time where Spain has, with lead, scored points.
Yes.
And he has. He's already gotten through. He's passed the boys backwards on the track.
Oh, he did it. Did he do it?
He certainly did. Penalties being drawn by Canada.
He's holding him back.
Yeah, that's Johnson. A very tall Johnson.
Very, very
at the back of the pack has drawn him all the way back.
Buddy Ollie forcing him back to the very far back. Trying to edge him out, spacing him.
Spain's captain, the Spaniard, turns backwards. See the Canadian jammer coming, calls off the jam. That is a 4-0 jam for Spain, a 5-0 jam for Spain because they got the penalty point.
There we go. The crowd goes crazy as we get a couple more points for Spain.
And they should be, the Spanish bench is celebrating. There's the pass that picked up all 4 points because he passed all their hips already. regardless of what happens at this point, he's already collected those 4 points.
Yeah.
The Spaniard, the captain of this team.
We have another foul out as well.
The Spaniard.
The Spaniard.
Oh, unfortunate.
He has a pretty awesome mustache, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. We'll have the mustache MVP awards later.
Okay.
And the beard finale as well. But the Spaniard, unfortunately, having that amazing jam, getting that 5-0, getting lead, getting 5 points for Spain, did pick up his 5th penalty and is fouled out as we're into the last.
Senior Calavera was almost playing like a blocker there for a second, trying to hold back red 5. Oh, Senior tries to make it, did not get it at the end. The Rev took him out. And again on the inside line.
As we count down the final 30 seconds of the game clock, there's still a minute and a half on the jam clock. So once you've established lead, which Canada does have currently, Canada controls the clock.
Red 5 has been having a huge issue getting by these 3 amazing blockers for Spain. Finally getting past number 8 and number 12, Perez. They were doing a fantastic job of
and a
holding
power jam, and that'll be the 5th and final. But you know what? Good job by Senior Calavera to go through this Canadian group. Throws his hands in the air and gets a big cheer from his bench, but well earned.
That's all he has to say. Red 5 has made it through yet again.
As we get under a minute now on the game clock, it's really up to the Canadian bench to hold control. They basically got the hammer as they've got lead, pack advantage. What Spain can do is try and get the 2 blockers together, which I'm sure Canada doesn't want to allow them to do. Oh, another easy pass there. That's 15 points.
The bells are ringing over here in Canada's cheering zone. He's made it through. That's 20 points.
What I like to see is the Spanish team standing, cheering on their pack that's out there.
There we go.
Senior Calavera would be up there cheering, but he's taking a breather. He's worked very hard today.
Yeah.
Team Canada getting every point they can. 10 seconds left. Hitting the 200 mark. 200 Canada, 9 Spain. These are big points that Canada wants to have.
Shinigami has been an amazing blocker, and he's fighting his way back to his own crew, his own pack. I'm seeing nothing but
big
love
hugs
out
at the
there.
end, of course, at the end of that.
It's because he's been doing such a fantastic job of fighting for his own position.
You get a little replay action here where they're holding Senior Calavera at the back of the pack. And Red working on a really hard tripod until it finally starts to break down. He's able to turn his hips
and
race out of that pack and pick up lead.
Shinigami was sent to the penalty box.
And that was the lead that sealed the back end of that game for Canada. Canada taking their pool. Again, as the couple of games that are left finish, the bracketing for tomorrow will start. We have our first elimination game this evening. And if you're in the Calgary area, you need to be down here to see this. It's outstanding roller derby, incredibly entertaining. I was over watching Ireland and USA, and I had to stand beside Japan, Puerto Rico, Belgium, and France players to watch the game because everyone's on the track cheering each other on. It's an amazing event
that I've seen all day and all day yesterday has been amazing. Countries that I would never have met before have been like, "You're my best friend now." And I love it. That's what I love about roller derby, and that's why I'm continually staying.
So a great game down here at the Nerd Track, Track 1. Track 2 is the Sisu Track. Make sure you come down here and check them out. Join us. What do we got up next?
Coming up next on the Nerd Track is USA versus Finland.
Ooh. All right, this is Mac the Mouth and?
And my name is Broadcrasher. Thank you so much.
We're saying see you later. Take off, eh?
Bye.
Bye-bye.